It's always interesting, isn't it, when actors you really know from, say, TV suddenly pop up somewhere else.
Definitely. Like right now on Broadway.
Exactly. We've got Kieran Culkin and Sarah Snook, Shiv and Roman from Succession,
Yeah.
and they're both doing plays. Not exactly a Roy family reunion, but still.
Yeah, it's a fascinating shift from that really intense TV world to, well, the immediate pressure of live theater. It tells you a lot about their range.
For sure. And that's what we're really digging into today. We found this great piece in Variety from April 24th, 2025.
Right, where they actually sat down together and talked about it, their current shows, what it's like being on Broadway.
Yeah, so our plan here isn't just to, like, rehash the interview.
No, we want to unpack what it really takes for actors like them who are, well-established on screen to jump onto the stage.
Looking at the real challenges, the joys, maybe, of doing Broadway.
And how they adapt from screen acting and maybe find some surprising connections or big differences in the roles they're doing right now.
Okay, so let's kick off with their roles because
Yeah.
they are really different. Kieran Culkin is playing Ricky Roma in Glengarry Glen Ross.
Wow, yeah, that's iconic. The ultimate fast-talking salesman.
Right. But what's interesting is how he approached it. He apparently made a point not to watch any other versions. No movie, no other stage productions.
That's a bold move. Makes you wonder why, exactly. Maybe just wanting a totally clean slate. Just him and the script.
Could be. Because he did say he struggled a bit at the start. Like in the first act, his first take on Roma didn't feel quite right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then he sort of circled back to his original gut feeling about the character. It sounds like, even for someone like him, figuring out a stage character is, well, a process?
Absolutely. It's not instant. Maybe the rhythm, stage dialogue, especially Mehmet, has such a specific pace compared to screen work.
That's a good point. On screen, you can build it in bits and pieces, right?
Yeah.
But theater demands that sustained energy. Maybe his first try was too, I don't know, small for the stage.
Could be. Needing to project it differently, fill the space in a way the camera doesn't require. And then there's that anecdote about the awkward curtain call and the director's weird instruction.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. We should probably touch on that later.
Definitely. But then you pivot to Sarah Snook. Completely different beast.
Totally. A solo show.
Yeah.
The picture of Dorian Gray playing, how many roles?
26.
26 roles. I mean, just saying, it sounds exhausting, like peak theatrical athletics.
It really is. You think about the mental gymnastics, the physical stamina needed to just switch between all those characters instantly.
Yeah, not just changing a hat, but shifting everything. Voice, body, the whole vibe.
And she was pretty open in the interview about how tough it was, physically and mentally.
She mentioned having panic attacks during the London run.
Right, and doing all that while she was breastfeeding, too. It's just immense.
It really grounds it, doesn't it? Makes you realize the personal cost involved. And she has this little mantra she uses.
Oh, yeah. The ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mama do a trick.
Just to kind of center herself before going on. It's such a human detail.
It really is. Imagine holding all those people inside you on stage. That must be, well, exhilarating probably, but also incredibly taxing, as she found out. The mantra sounds like a lifeline.
Yeah, which kind of leads into what they said about Broadway overall. Sarah called it so feeling athletic.
That quote stood out, really sums up the sheer effort.
And Kieran, joking about doing it for the money.
Yeah. Classic Culkin humor, but maybe a grain of truth underneath about the realities of the business, too.
For sure. But beyond the jokes, what really struck you about how they described the demands of Broadway?
Well, Snook's comment, like you said, the athleticism, it's relentless. No second takes, no breaks, like in filming. You're just on.
Multiple times a week.
Exactly. And her prison count thing for the shows, ticking off the performances, that tells you something about the endurance needed.
Yeah, definitely. And Kieran, even with his jokes about being old as shit now.
Middle-aged, yeah.
Having children, plural, as he put it. You can tell he feels the physical side of it, too. His old Peter Pan comment. It's a different game than filming.
Totally. It's a constant projection, the vocal work, hitting your marks perfectly every single night, the length of the shows. It all adds up. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's interesting, too, what they said about scene partners. Or, not having them.
Right. Snook's point was surprising. She said she didn't miss having other actors on stage as much as she thought she would.
Why do you think that is in a solo show?
Well, maybe the audience becomes the scene partner. That direct connection, carrying the whole story yourself, maybe that creates a different kind of energy exchange. The focus is entirely on you and them.
Interesting way to put it. Whereas Kieran mentioned really enjoying a long scene in Glengarry. with Bob Odenkirk.
Even though he's mostly just listening in it.
Exactly. Which says a lot about how important listening is, even in an ensemble. It's not just about delivering your lines.
Oh, absolutely. Active listening on stage is everything. It's about being totally present, taking in what the other actor is giving you, and letting that shape your reaction. That's what makes it feel real, even when you're silent.
Okay, practical stuff.
Mm.
Learning lines. Kieran's method.
Yeah.
I just read them.
Huh. Seriously, for Ricky Roma, that dialogue is dense.
Oh no, it sounds almost too simple.